All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the call. My name is Joey Wilson, and I'm fired up and excited to launch this heat check with you guys today. So let me go ahead and spotlight my video for you if it's not already. And let's get this thing started. First things first, type in the chat where you guys are calling in from around the world. That's what I love about this business is we're a mobilepreneur. We're global entrepreneurs from our phones where we can build businesses from all over the world and connect with people from different backgrounds, different religions, different races, and it doesn't matter because we all have a similar common goal and vision, and that's to fight for the best version of ourselves and fight for that dream life of complete freedom so we can do what we want with the people that we love and care about, and just have purpose in our lives, have something to chase. Tony Robbins says progression is happiness. And I just always want to keep moving the needle forward. And I felt like, before this heat check, I'm like, there's got to be something else that I can do to push this thing to the next level, to help everybody level up, just like my mentors did for me and Matt Thayer back in the day. They were the ones running the 90-day runs or the 60-day runs or whatever it was that we would go all in with them so we could get the incentives and we could chase the ranks and we could walk across the stage or get on the yachts or whatever it was, but we just always wanted to move the needle forward. And whatever edge we could get, we bought into that edge because it never went as fast as we wanted it to, and it might not ever go as fast as you want it to. But I know for a fact, it doesn't matter your background, your education, where you're from, this industry right here can provide your dream life if you're willing to go all in. And so that's why I wanted to do the 90 or the 75-day run, which is the heat check. So we got Texas, Philippines, Germany, Atlanta, Georgia, Arizona, Norway. We're all over the world here today. Let's go, let's go. Okay, we got Maryland, so we got Colorado, California. I'm from Minnesota, and we're rocking and rolling. We got Alaska. Man, I remember going to Fairbanks, Alaska, middle of winter, and I thought Minnesota was cold. And I walked out of the airport, and I was like, I barely can breathe here. It's a whole nother level of cold. So let's go, let's go. Well, I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. This is something I've been really excited about, and I've been talking with the leadership here with One Mission and Akashics on how we want to steer this ship and really get the momentum in this company because we have such a great company where you can lay your head down at night and know that the checks are coming, that the team behind the scenes is constantly pushing to make things better every single day. And 10 months ago, I made the decision to come here. And obviously you don't know, right? It's the fear of the unknown. Like, I'm going to make this choice to launch my team and my life in this company, but you never know after a year or 2 years or 5 years or whatever how that ends up. And just in the last year, it's been a breath of fresh air running with the people that I actually want to run with. We have the coolest team in the world. People all over the United States that I'm really close friends with that I used to run with back in the day. They're all back here. I'm running with my best friend again, Matthew Thayer. I was introduced to Ali, one of the greats in the industry, introduced to Josh Zwagel 10, 11 months ago, and was blown away by his story, how he's a purebred network marketer, builder, leader in the industry, but he's transitioned into ownership, but he's like the greatest upline ever. And then people all over the world, getting to work with all of you in Germany, in Sweden, Norway, Canada, the Middle East, Latin America. And so it's just so cool what's been built over the last year. And that's all because of the work that's been put in from Matthew Thayer, Ali, Josh Zwagel, and the great leadership, Jefferson Santos, the great leadership that's within this company, and then the corporate staff and everyone else doing what they're doing on the back end. And it just makes my job easier as a network marketer in working with leaders in the organization that we can just launch something like this, trust Josh, trust the corporate team that they got that end, and let's go chase our dreams and our goals and go make an impact with the heat check. And so, first and foremost, welcome to the call. This is the official launch call of the heat check. And some of you on this call might be wondering, why are we doing the heat check? What's this all about? We're running every day, we're building every day. And for me, obviously we're going through the motions every day. I'm building, I'm doing overview calls, I'm prospecting, but I'm hanging out with my family, right? And I'm enjoying my life at the same time. And I just knew for me, if I want to go to the next level, I have to help the team go to the next level. And I always have a burning desire inside me to keep moving that needle, right? Keep pushing to get to that next level. I don't know why. It's just how I'm built. It's how most of you are probably built. And so we needed to do something where we can lock in together accountability and just go shoot for the stars on this deal. And I just know that success loves speed. And a lot of people get in this industry and they just kind of go through the motions and they listen to their upline and they promote and they prospect, they present. Um, and they go to the trainings, but it's just it's the majority of the time it's not actually enough effort, enough energy, and enough oomph behind it to be able to catapult you to that next level. I know what it takes. I said it on the call yesterday. At first, you're grossly underpaid and you're overworked, but there's a flip that happens that if you climb that mountain, your fingernails get bloody, and you finally get to the top. And then you're just cruising. You can just cruise downhill from there. The hardest part is getting to the top of the mountain. They always told me, Joey, the flip is gonna happen. Just keep pushing, keep pushing. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I am pushing every day. And people keep dropping out. People keep blowing me off, and it's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. But they said, keep pushing because every ounce of effort you put forth will eventually pay you tenfold. And the craziest thing that happened to me is that the flip happened. I'm like, no way. The flip happened. What's the flip? The flip is where you go from grossly underpaid and overworked to overpaid and underworked. And I'm like, it actually happened because I saw all those regular people at the conventions walking stage. I'm like, if they can do it, why not me? And I just stayed the course long enough. I've done enough 75 days hard. I've done enough of these blitzes to make that flip happen in my life. And this run is for you guys to be able to make that flip happen for you as well. There's another gear, right? There's another gear for all of us. And success loves speed. This business is like a jet taking off the tarmac, right? The jet can't go 30% speed and get off the ground. It has to go 100% speed for a season, a short season. But once it's off the ground, it's soaring through the air. It's chilling. That's the easy part. And I want to help you guys get this thing off the ground, but we have to collapse time frames. We have to take the same amount of effort that we would put in the next 9 months, 12 months, and cram it within 75 days. That's how you win in this industry. That's how you win in business. So, for those of you who are wondering, what is the heat check? Okay. It's a 75-day run starting tomorrow. Focused, fun, intentional action, okay? Accountability, growth, leadership, all the above. And who is it for? Anybody that wants to collapse timeframes, anybody that's sick and tired of their situation and they want to go to the next level faster. I'm like, dude, they always told me, they're like, okay, if you need 5,000 people to go to the to go to the top rank in the company, well, then you probably got to show 50,000 people, right? How do you, if you want to hit the top rank in the company, 50,000 people, how do you show them? You're gonna want to show them. If you want to get it done fast, you're gonna want to show them fast. So then we had to figure out ways on social media that we could cast our net and bring in traffic to get eyeballs on our information. And that had a lot to do with energy, bringing the energy. And that's what this is for. It's a whole new level of energy where the whole industry will be watching us. We're already the best when it comes to trading and network marketing in this space. I think people have realized that from all companies. We're the most stable. We have the most tech savvy products and services. We have an amazing comp plan. We have an owner that's completely dialed in on what it takes to build a great company. But then we have our leadership of this team. It's the best team that has ever been organically built by myself, Matthew Thayer, and all of you. And I'm just like, dude, I know there's aces within the organization that I don't get to talk to every day, right? I talk to my core leadership and then they talk to their core leadership, right? But I want to find the people in this group who are seriously ready to go to the next level, but maybe they haven't been seen yet, right? Maybe I don't even know you're on the team yet, but with your energy and your consistency and your positivity in the chats and the way you promote and get people to events and get people on the calls, that's going to show me who's really excited and who's all in with this deal. And so, but even more importantly, I wanted to hold myself accountable and say, dude, and I even told Britt, and some of you guys might need to have this same conversation if you want to go all in on this. I just said, hey, listen, tomorrow, which was yesterday, I said, tomorrow I have the heat check launch call and I'm locking in for 75 days. Some of those nights that, I put Leighton and Luca to bed every night with her and read them stories, I'm going to have to pass on some of those nights. I'm going to have to miss some dinners. I'm going to have to miss some family events or some outings for a season for 75 days. Why? Because I have to help my team go to the next level. I have to. We have to double the company in the next 75 days. I know it's possible. I'm fired up and excited about it. And I'm so excited to see all the success stories that are going to come from it. So, what's the goal? The goal is new ranks, new success stories, new residual earners, and ultimately be able to just develop those simple daily disciplines, right? Some people say it takes 30 days until you create a new habit or 90 days to develop a new habit, right? Well, 75 days of this blitz, if you stay consistent with us on the schedule, you're going to have some habits and disciplines in your favor for your goals and your dreams, right? And everything I talk about is it's 1,000 days. It's 1,000 days. Simple daily disciplines versus simple daily errors and judgment compounded over time. It's time to really start to collapse time frames, but then compound your efforts. Okay. So all that effort you would put forth in the next 2 years, let's just cram it in the next 75 days and just get the job done. Okay. If you're with me, say all in. If you're with me, say all in the chat. Okay, so real quick, I'll share my screen with you. Most of you seen most of the content that's been going around about this. And so I got a couple flyers here. So if you're wondering what the schedule is, here's what we're doing. As far as the system goes for the heat check, you guys, everyone can do what they want to do. This is the system that I'm going to be dialed in and plugged in on. And if you want to work together and be able to share your story as you're climbing the ranks, if you're brand new or whatever the case is, this is where we're going to be doing a lot of that. So Monday through Thursday, opportunity calls. Okay. Monday through Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Zoom, onemissionzoom.com. Okay. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Wednesday. Thursday, a little bit earlier, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, why are we doing that? Because we want to be able to bring the whole world in. We got Germany on this call. We got Norway. We got Sweden. We got the Middle East. We got people all over the world. If we do 9 p.m. Eastern Time, that's like 3 or 4 a.m. They won't be getting on that call. And so we wanted to be able to curate to those guys as well. But also on Thursday, if the demand is there, we can still do another overview, but we're for sure going to do an onboarding call or a fast start call at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this link as well. Friday and Saturday, that's do what you guys do. Whether you're going to get contacts or you're prospecting or you're presenting or you're doing your own thing, that's up to you guys to figure out what you want to do. We can always add different things in these slots. None of this is fully for sure set every single week. We could potentially switch things up a little bit here and there depending on what's happening, what Super Saturdays are going on, what regional events are going on, what conventions are happening, what incentive trips are going on. But then on Sundays, that's going to be the training, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this link, onemissionzoom.com. And we're going to be doing incentives, recognition, trainings, getting new people up to share their story, share their vision, maybe to give a couple training tips. Share the new success stories that are happening in the company, share the new products that are being dropped out, talk about different things that are happening. But mainly it's just high level leadership on Sundays to help you guys have your breakthroughs. Okay, that's the schedule. It's pretty simple. We're going to be locking into this for the next 75 days. And then the power list. So for those of you who don't know, I've literally built my career off of this power list. I said, I want to guarantee myself success. Okay, how can I guarantee my success? And I heard Andy Frisella, the owner of First Form Nutrition. He's worth a couple $100 million. He's good buddies with Ed Milet, and he talked about. He goes, I'm actually a very lazy person. I mean, this guy's life is literally insane. He has one of the best nutrition companies in the world. He has an insane lifestyle and more money than he would ever know what to do with. Okay, how did he get there? Because if you met him, if you see who he is, he's just another dude with desire. And he goes, I'm a lazy person, but he goes, I know what I have to do to move the needle in my life. And so I put together a power list. And a power list for him is just those very important things that he needs to do every day, those productive working things, not the busy work, but the actual work, the productive, the income producing activities. He wrote that down. And then he said, whether it takes me 8 hours or 2 hours, it doesn't matter. When I finish the power list, I can be done for the day if I want to. He said, I just want to guarantee myself the success. And so that's what I did. I said, what do I need to do every single day in this business to guarantee my success? Now, the guarantee is we don't know the exact time frame that you guys are going to reach your goals or hit that big rank or start making 50,000 a month. But I can tell you, if you follow this power list long enough, it's only a matter of time before your timing happens where you strike gold and you hit that magic moment where you're like, there's the flip, baby. There's the flip, where you were like me, where you're going to go from 7,000 a month to 100,000 a month, right? In just a very short period, because you're collapsing time frame. So personal development, we were talking about it in the leadership chat today. What were some of your favorite books? A lot of people said Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I said Secrets of a Millionaire Mind made a big impact on me because it helps you rewire your financial blueprint. We only know what we were taught growing up. And so when I told my buddy Nick, he was paying me $11 an hour cash. I needed 9 hours a week just so I could get $100 a week, and that was my gas to get to meetings. Okay. And so as I was working construction, I would put on my headphones and I would listen to Secrets of a Millionaire Mind over and over and over. And I was brand new to the industry. And I'm so glad that I dove into that because it really helped me rewire my entire financial blueprint. And then I went on to Think and Grow Rich. And then I went on to what a lot of people commented was Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? The differences between his rich dad and his poor dad. And it really just came down to leverage. And so I started learning all these things, personal development, right? And then posting stories on your social media. Do people even know you're doing do you have an opportunity for them? How are they going to know? By you posting, getting it out there. And here's what I'll tell you. When you make a post, when you make something for your stories, post it on as many platforms as you can. And I talked about this yesterday. I made 2 videos, 1 minute long each, simple stuff, easy to do, easy not to do. And I posted them in literally 30 seconds on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and TikTok. That's 5 platforms, 2 videos. That's 10 videos I got up in less than 10 minutes. And it's just buzzing throughout the social space. And that's how you're going to be able to cast a net. And then you do it again the next day. And then you do it again the next day. And I've seen this work in other people's lives. You go on TikTok. So, I mean, everyone can go viral on TikTok, but it's the simple to do, simple not to do. So posting the stories, making sure your network is seeing you're out here doing stuff. And that's a whole nother training in itself as far as social media. I just try to hit all points. Business, call to action, right? Family, faith, fitness. I try to hit all the pillars, and then once a week or so, I'll come in with that call to action for people and let them know, hey, dude, I'm looking for a few people that want to level up in their life. If that's you, reach out to me, right? So posting on your stories every single day, this is your business, right? And that's your marketing. That's your billboard. 10 before 10 a.m. For those of you who don't know, I learned this in my first company. He said, how many people, he goes, Joey, I bet you're reaching out to, at least 10 people every morning, right? I said, well, I have to. I have no other option. I got to eat. Like, I have to reach out to people every morning. Before I go to the gym, I would always just reach out to a bunch of people, follow up, invite people to the call later that night. And then I'd go to the gym and I'd still respond to some of those people and I'd get my workout in. But then that guy, he said, you're doing that because you know you have to. It's a business. You got to run it like a business. You're serious about your business. But he goes, can you imagine if you had everyone in your entire organization doing the same thing? So I just started talking about it to everybody. 10 before 10 a.m. Reach out to and follow up with your prospects or guests every single morning before 10 a.m. If you can do that and then duplicate that to your organization, the mass invite that starts to happen, it gets wild. So the next one is max out your messages on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. This is just, this could be kind of busy work, and it's cold market work, and it's not stuff that I love to do, because if you're newer in the industry, it's all about your white hot market. Who knows you the best, trusts you the most, and then you go to your hot market the people that know you, and then your lukewarm market, people maybe acquaintances, people from high school, people from different jobs that you've had. And then at the bottom, at the very end, reach out to cold market. But I've always known cold market is slow market. But there's always a diamond in a rough, right? There's the diamond in the rough, and you just never know. For example, Noah came from a cold market message that said, "Hey, bro, I know this is random, but you look like a sharp dude. Are you open to making some additional income at all?" Okay. And then we pushed him to come to a training, and that's where he said, "I'm quitting my job and going all in." And then he's went and put in thousands of people from a cold market message. So again, the downtime, if you got 30 minutes in a day, just go rip out some messages. Talk to 3 new people in person. That's a big one. Getting out of your house, going to talk to people. That's the easiest way to ever build the actual trust. Anytime I'm at the gym, if I'm meeting an acquaintance or someone at the gym, or I'm meeting someone at the grocery store or whatever, for some reason, it is way better than ever trying to reach out to cold market online anyways. And so I just know the importance. I mean, we got Charlie and the boys in Texas. They were running around the mall the other day and they weren't going to stop until they got over 25 contacts. Noah went out last night to just go grab contacts, right? It's a normal thing. We're professional networkers. So we have to go network. And so that's very, very important, is just talking to 3 new people every single day, showing the plan 3 to 5 times daily. And I know there's some people on here that have full-time jobs, or you have families, and you're busy, and I get it. So get in where you fit in, right? Jim Rohn says it best. It's the magic of part-time. And to be honest with you, he even talks about this. Part-time is almost better than full-time, because part-time, you're still working your job. You're around contacts. You're around people. You're moving and grooving. You remember how much you hate that job, and you probably want to get out of it even faster. And a lot of times when people transition to full-time, they sleep in a little bit longer. They do a little bit less. They're a little bit less motivated for some weird reason. They're around less people. And so if you're working your job, or or you're going to school, use that for your network. But just do what you can do. If you're full-time work, full-time school, I get it. It's to show 3 to 5 people a day. If you worked a full 10-hour shift of construction, it's like, how am I supposed to do that? Dude, do what you can. But Jim Rohn says, work your job to pay your bills, and then build your fortune at night, right? Work your 9 to 5 to pay your bills, and build your dreams from 5 to midnight. And that's what I did until I was able to replace my paycheck. And that's what a lot of my buddies did that are making full-time income in the industry, until they were able to replace their paycheck. Okay. Promote the next call or event that's happening. The number one skill set in this industry is promotion. Okay. I want to give a shout out to Tippa here in the US, just for being an extreme promoter. The dude he's better than me at promoting. And, I mean, I think he brought 100 people himself to Florida to the event on last minute's notice. I mean, I don't even know how he's coming up with this stuff, but really he's just lighting his hair on fire and he's just going crazy. And if you can do that, if you can channel your inner Tippa when it comes to these overviews, or when it comes to an event, I'm telling you, everything will change. We had this kid on the team back in the day. We had to terminate him because he was such a nut job, but his energy was always so high every day that it was just his natural energy and his natural excitement that just, he was like a vacuum. And he would just bring people in, wherever it was, into the back office, signing them up like crazy, to events, like whatever it was. He was so good at promoting. And I try to, for myself, I think the same thing. I need to just level up my energy. I need to level up my promotion skills. And this is part of it right now. This is part of me getting uncomfortable, setting up this entire run, and then getting everyone involved. And then I got to hold myself accountable to take action for the next 75 days. Okay. So promote whatever's happening next. In your case, the more people you have in the Heat Check Telegram, the bigger your team's going to grow, the faster your team's going to grow, the better the foundation's going to be, because I'm going to really focus on a lot of personal development and growth in that group and personally help a lot of people. So it's just going to be a little bit extra in there, right? As opposed to the other groups where there's value all day long, but this is a little bit more intentional, focused value that we're going to have here. Talk to your leaders every single day, right? The leaders in your organization or your upline. Mastermind, brainstorm. One quick tip I can give you is if one of your leaders, one of your top leaders is calling you, stand up. Stand up on your feet, get that blood flowing. If you're in a mood where it's you probably shouldn't be taking that call, don't even take the call. When people are calling you on your team, stand up, get fired up, and never let them have more energy than you. Right? I think that's very, very important. And if Noah would call me every day and I was just like, yo, yo, what's happening? What's happening, bruh? He's never going to be fired up. Instead, when he calls me, what's popping, baby? Let's go. We're ready. We're excited about life. And that's just going to be a vacuum that's going to attract everybody into your organization, your reach. You're going to, sometimes I think like there's greats on my team that they could be a lot farther, but the problem is they're not radiating that energy to the industry. Nobody knows they're doing anything. They're quiet all the time. You got to radiate that energy. And that's part of what we're doing here. Okay. And then lead by example. Um, you know, People always ask me, how do I motivate my team? You can't. The only way to motivate them is by inspiring them with your actions, right? And so for me, the answer has always been the exact same. Go build new teams, right? Andrew asked me the other day out of Scottsdale, my boy. He said he was up here for a week and a half, and he goes, "What advice would you give me that I need to be doing different?" And I said, "Dude, it's the same answer I'm going to give myself. I need to go build new teams. I need fresh blood because here's what happens when you do it, Andrew. When you bring in a new stud and you start building that person up and you start creating a success story out of that person, and there's a couple hundred people to follow behind them, all your other leaders, they're watching and they're like, damn, Andrew's actually doing it. He's not just sticking with us. He's going with or without us. And same thing for me. I have to go build new because me leading by example is what gets my top leaders fired up. Like, damn, Joey's plugged in. I remember, my previous company, all the top dogs, when they had their foot off the gas, the whole company had their foot off the gas. But when they were fired up and going, we were all fired up and going. That's the same for your organization. So for the next 75 days, it's going to be all about intention, focused energy, output to the world. And you guys are going to be six-figure income earners by the end of it. Okay. So heat check incentives. We got some incentives that we're going to be dropping. We're going to be doing more incentives along the way. This isn't just it. But for those of you who hit platinum inside this 75-day run, you're going to get sent a Think and Grow Rich book. The reason why this is meaningful to me is I know this is like the success Bible, right? Napoleon Hill traveled the world and studied the most successful people on the planet, like the Rockefellers, and he figured out what qualities that they each have that made them successful. Chapter one is desire. And so there's a King James version with a gold tassel and gold pages, the hardcover. It's kind of the harder version to read. We did it in our previous company. We had like 20 people qualify at a Las Vegas mansion, and they all came out, shared their story, got their book. And I thought that was pretty cool to be able to earn something like that because, again, it's the Success Bible. It's for Sapphires, a private seven-figure mentorship call. We'll go through your back office and we'll track how you got to where you're at and what we got to do to move forward to get to where you want to go. Okay. And so I'll spend some time on the call with all the Sapphires that are looking to go to the next level. Rubies, you're going to get a convention ticket. Diamonds, you're going to get a diamond dinner. Team jersey, another cool thing we did. I still got my jersey when our old team was Team Ambition. And it was white jerseys and it said ambition across the back, and whatever number you hit the six-figure rank, that's the number you got on the back. And then there was another patch on the side, but they were so dope. And when we were at conventions, the first day we would all wear our jerseys and all sit together, all the six-figure leaders, seven-figure leaders on the team. And so everyone in the company were like, oh damn, look at those guys down there in their jerseys, that's so sick. And you felt so dope rocking that jersey. And so I thought that was pretty cool, but we're probably going to be doing jerseys again. I put team jerseys on there, but I wasn't for sure because I know I'm going to be shipping these all over the world. Or maybe I'll bring them to conventions or something, but we want to do those jerseys for sure. But then Diamond Dinner, and then Blue Diamond Leadership Mastermind Retreat, where we go game plan. We go somewhere, whether it's a lake home or in the mountains or on the ocean or whatever, and just mastermind for a few days, like a wellness leadership retreat type thing, and where we game plan and map out what the next 6 months looks like. Okay, so those are some of the incentives that I put together. And like I said, I know we're going to be adding more and more along the way. And so um, that's going to be pretty cool. So if all that makes sense so far, type in the chat fire emojis. So I know you guys are paying attention here. We got 145 people on the call. And as people are joining, they can get added to the heat check group as well. This is another important thing that I didn't want to miss. Okay, and I'm the worst, by the way, at like coordinating and going down a checklist of what needs to be done. But one thing that we need to do on this promotion is every time you get someone started, if you get started with them, if they get started with you in person, take a selfie with them and then welcome them in all the team chats. Hashtag heat check, right? Back in the day, my upline did one called Another One, and we would do this one all the time. And we got so much traction from it. And we were chasing to get on this yacht. And so everyone you put in the system, you hashtagged Another One. So me and Thayer would literally be in the car, just speeding from meeting to meeting, racing everyone in the team to just get that Another One in there. Another one, another one, another one. And it just fuels the whole team. And it creates this momentum effect. And I know that if every time someone gets started, you welcome them in all the chats and you say hashtag heat check, it's going to just, it's that fear of loss. It's like, oh, they're moving out there in Sweden. We need to go faster. They're crushing us. Let's go. And we're all moving together. So I'm excited for that. And then of course, just getting back to the basics, right? If you're newer on this call or you've been in a little while, it doesn't matter. This is your business. You can start over at any time and have a clean slate. And so for me, I just look at this. Me and Thayer, we look at it like, dude, we're 0-0 on this run. Let's make a new list, which I should have had prepared to show you that I'm leading by example, but I need to make my new list, right? But the first call is tomorrow anyways. And if you haven't made a list yet, you start with the top 10 people that know you the best and trust you the most, and you just invite them to a call and let them see the information. It's not about selling them. It's not about sneaking them into the call to, trying to see if they, want to get, it's just, this is an opportunity that people need and people want and that are praying for all over the world. And we just got to go show them fast. But then if you want what I got, make that list of 200 names, first name, last name, phone number. On top of that list, write SW. Some will, some won't, so what? And the goal is to just keep adding to that list, keep building your contact list, filling the pipeline. We're professional network marketers. When you hear people say, I don't have anyone else to talk to, you got to get on one of my training calls then, because we can teach you how to go out there, cast the net on social media, and then also cast that net in person and constantly filling that pipeline. And you'll never run out of people to talk to. Okay. And so as far as goals, we're going to need some goals, right? And where do you guys want to be by Rome, Italy, September 6th? Where do you guys want to be by Atlanta Convention, October 3rd and 4th? You could say, you could figure out a goal that you want by the end of the 75 days. That's fine. But we really want to get people, we want to help you guys hit ranks so we can own the stage at Rome, own the stage in Atlanta. And so where do you guys want to be by those conventions? If you're coming to Rome, where do you want to be September 6th? And then you need to write it down on a piece of paper, get the very clear vision of that goal. What is it? I am so happy and grateful now that I know me and Thayer have a ambitious goal to hit legend by the end of the month or end of the year, right? I'm so happy and grateful now that we are legends by December 31st, 2025. It's already done. You're speaking as if it's already done. Okay? This isn't something I made up. This is actual science that works, that all the greats talk about. Speaking as if it's already done. And I know there's a few people on the call that have heard that before. Maybe most of you have heard it. But I think it's very, very important to speak as if. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have an amazing family. We live life in peace and freedom. I got cash flow coming in from multiple sources. I'm one of the best, greatest network marketers in the world. Amazing leaders with values and morals follow me. And we just want to go build something special together, right? You talk to yourself like that. It's already done. And then your subconscious mind goes to work to put the people, places, and opportunities in your life to make it real. And so I know we got a few people on here that wrote out their goal or already have their goal, and I want to have them on here just to share theirs real quick, and then we'll go from there. So we'll head on over to Sweden, but I think she's from Bulgaria. I could be wrong, but Alexandra, I'm gonna bring you on, add spotlight, share your goal. Do you have your list with you too? You showed me that list yesterday. That list was crazy.
Yo, guys, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Perfect. Can we write once in the chat if you guys are hyped? Let's go. See some energy. Perfect. I don't have my list with me because we're celebrating birthdays and stuff like that, so I'm out. But guys, I started my list and I was like, okay, 200 people. I did 500 and now I'm 1,000. And by the end of this week, I'm doing 4,000 because I am so happy and grateful to be Diamond and bring 100 people with me by Rome event. So let's do it. I'm really hyped and I'm excited to see more diamonds.
How many people are you going to put on that list?
4,000?
4,000 people. I know there's people on this call thinking, I don't know 4,000. Where are you coming up with some of these contacts?
Neither do I, but I just walk and I just talk to random people and I'm like, hey, I like your clothes or hair or whatever. And I'm just taking their phone or Instagram and I just put it out on a list.
I love it. I believe that you actually do that because you're fired up out of your mind to go hit diamonds. So proud of you.
Definitely.
Let's get it. And I'll see you walking that stage in Rome. Alrighty, alrighty. Cool, cool. We're gonna move over to, I believe, Atlanta. My brother Josh on here. Share your goal, bro, and then we'll go from there.
For sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, for sure. Most important, definitely want to say appreciate you, Joey, putting this call together and just setting up this game. And we're very excited to run with every single person on this call. So my name is Joshua Wheaton. I'm originally from Chicago, now living in Atlanta, and by Rome Diamond is more than done. Right, we're pushing for Blue Diamond by Atlanta, but Diamond is more than done by Rome. I'm so happy and grateful it's done. Let's run it up, y'all.
Let's go, bro. I appreciate you, man. I'll see you at Blue Diamond. Awesome, awesome. And then one more. We're heading to Stockholm, Sweden for my brother Emil. Add spotlight. You are live, bro. Let's go.
What's popping, Akashic family? And I just want to say I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a Blue Diamond by Rome and have at least 100 people from the Scandinavian market to that event. And thank you so much, Joey, for taking your time and setting this up to make sure everyone is holding each other accountable to really push themselves to the next level, to be able to make the run of our life that I know will bring every single one in this call to the next level to really go after that goals and dreams. So thank you so much.
Bro, you're just like me. It's the whatever it takes mentality. Let's get it. All right, guys. So there's a few people, and that's what it looks like. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm legend. By December 31st, 2025, it's already done. It's already been written. Now the time just needs to pass, and I got to put in the work. Okay, it's not going to happen by itself. That's what I have so far, guys. I got one more thing that I wanted to do real quick that I believe is super, super important for calls like this. And first of all, before I even get into this, I just want to say thanks to everybody for hopping on, plugging in, bringing your energy, bringing your value. I see Dr. China on here, Josh, who you just heard from, all these other great leaders on the call as well from all over the world. Garrett Roberts. Listen, Garrett, my previous company, I say this all the time. When I came here, it was like Matthew Thayer and Josh and them put the ball on the tee, and I just had to hit it out of the park. I mean, they teed me up so good with the product offering here. I'm like, this is easy. And it was a similar scenario in my previous deal where me and Matthew Thayer became 7-figure earners because of people like Garrett and China. They created the wave before we even came there. They were balling out of control. They were running that deal for a minute with a lot of people. And we saw that energy and we were like, damn, bro, that's where we're going. And so guess what? We're going to bring that same energy to these calls, to the events, and we're just going to radiate throughout the industry, throughout the world, positivity, impact, and value. And people are just going to follow by default because it's such an amazing community to be a part of. And so what I want to do here, guys, the last thing, and then we'll wrap up this call. I'm going to share my computer audio. I'm going to play this song and I'm going to walk you through this exercise over the next 2 minutes. And, you know, I tell people all the time, half my day is visualizing what I want my life to look like. Because I know if I just think about it enough and I obsess about it enough, you possess what you obsess. And so I have no problem sitting there looking at dream homes, looking at dream cars, thinking about, you know, being able to pay off my parents' mortgage early, giving them more freedom in their life. My buddy he said he bought his mom a globe, and he's like, I go to my house and tell my mom twice a year to spin that globe and point on it where they want to go. And I book first class flights for my family and we go there. And it's just things like that that just get me fueled to go get this thing done. And so this exercise I want to do real quick to help you guys manifest those goals and believe that your goals are worth you going after. Okay. So I'm just going to play some music right here and walk through this real quick. And as I do, just close your eyes and do this exercise with me, and we'll get this thing rocking. Okay. So let's see here. All right. So close your eyes for a second. Taking a deep breath. And let it out. Now I want you guys to imagine it's 75 days from now. You're waking up in the home of your dreams. No alarm clock, no boss, no stress over bills, just peace, freedom, and the knowing that you did what most people won't. You walk outside, you feel the sun, you look around, and you realize you built this life. Not by luck, not by chance, but by choice. Because 75 days ago, you made a decision to go all in, to bet on yourself, to stop playing small and finally chase what you really want. You see, the version of you that lives that life, they're not better than who you are right now. They just believed sooner. They took action when it felt uncomfortable. They stopped overthinking and they just showed up. I want you to picture what that life looks like for you. Is it you traveling first class with your family? Dream vacations? Is it waking up when you want? Is it watching your kids never have to worry like you did? Whatever it is, lock in on it right now. That vision, that feeling is why we're here. The dream is what this 75-day heat check is about. It's about becoming the best version of you, one action at a time. So as this music plays, make a promise to yourself that you won't let another week, another month, another year go by without giving this everything you have. You're not here to survive, you're here to thrive. This is your time. Let's go turn your dreams into a reality. You guys hear the music on that or no?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Like, so I just wanted to do that exercise because I know how important it is. As you go throughout your day, just think about those things, what that life looks like. I was sitting outside yesterday and I was in my backyard where we live on a lake, and I'm filming. There was someone out on a jet ski just ripping circles, 2 people on it, and they're just getting crazy. And I look over and my son was on the picnic blanket eating a graham cracker, staring at that jet ski. And I was just kind of getting a little pan shot of it. And I'm just sitting there thinking, dude, my son has the dopest freaking life ever. He's just chilling in our nice backyard, watching the jet ski show. And we built this house. And I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I wanted to build a dream lake home. I wanted to marry Britt. We wanted to have 2 kids, 1 for each of us, not 3. We knew we didn't want 3. We didn't want to play zone coverage. We wanted 2, hopefully a girl first. And that's what we got. And then a boy second. 2 healthy kids, an amazing company, amazing leadership, amazing house. It's all being manifested because of the work that I started 10 years ago and buying into the vision of being able to manifest what you want out of life if you have the opportunity that can allow you to get there. This is the opportunity. And now we just need to lock in for the next 75 days and turn your dreams into a reality. And so there's going to be a lot more information coming, guys. We're excited. We're fired up. We're blessed to have this opportunity. I'll see you guys in the group chats and we'll go from there. With that being said, have a good day and let's go crush this 75-day blitz heat check. To the top we go, baby. Let's go!